Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back to the Sunday Recap, my weekly vlog where I talk a bit about my last week in games. As always, we'll start with EVE Online, and it's been a pretty good week of EVE Online. I especially liked the fact that I got to join a mass test, the first one for 2019. It's been a long time since CCP has held a mass test, so I was happy to see that. On top of that, the mass test was joined with lots of dev blogs about the development of EVE Online last week, so we got to read up on the war mechanics. That has a whole roadmap, to be honest, looks pretty good. Something called skills on demand, which should make it easier for new players to find their skills in the game. And then yeah, there's lots of other stuff like the 64-bit client that has been pushed back, but we should get test versions pretty soon. And so it's looking like finally CCP is coming out with some information on EVE Online. We'll keep a close eye on that, but I was definitely starved for that stuff, so really happy to see that. On TQ, I did a classic week, I would say, a little bit of exploration. No great drops, I must say, if I remember correctly. I don't think I got anything major this time, but we are trading. If you watched EVE Talk yesterday, then you know that some of the stealth bombers are shooting up quite a lot. So I'm trying to sell some of those at a nice profit, and then the logistics cruisers are actually really low after a volatile period. So it does look like some Tech 2 item trading, ship trading may be in the works there. Let's see if we can grab some profit, of course. And then next to that, well, we're eagerly awaiting more news on the development of the game, of course. I do look forward to what CCP has planned for Agency 3.0. We know from the EVE Pulse video that is in the works as well, and so yeah, all of that is probably their preparations for Amsterdam, where they will probably announce some new stuff for the game as well. So I'm looking forward to all of that. At the moment I am enjoying my time in EVE Online, but basically, as always, I'm just doing my own thing in my little corner of New Eden at the moment. Someone suggested that I do the 10 frigate challenge. Very interesting, and something that I do want to do, but not right now, basically because of the new league for Path of Exile that is going to start next week as well. So I feel like I need a little bit more prep time, but you definitely put that on my radar. It's an idea that I'm definitely gonna play with. Maybe doing it a little bit differently, not just going out there solo myself, but getting 10 ships ready and then seeing if perhaps I can get some small fleets going for nullsec or lowsec rooms. We'll see how that works out, but thank you very much for the suggestion, and it's definitely on my radar. Next up we have the World of Warcraft, and I am of course continuing to earn my conquest points in order to get those rewards. I think it's decently important that you try to keep up with that if you have any interest in the second part of the second season here for Battle for Azeroth, because that's when 400 item level gear is going to start to drop. So we're probably still a little bit away from that, but for me personally, as long as I have time for it, I do want to invest that time in the World of Warcraft craft conquest cap. So I earned it in Wednesday, 4 days this time. I was finished with one last battleground on Saturday, and we got useless gloves at this point. I am at 394 item levels, so we don't get lots of upgrades at 385 anymore, but yeah, for me this is still pretty fun to do, especially when you get good weeks with brawls and things like that, and extra quests that give you conquest points, so that you can basically finish that in half the week, and that you get the second half to recover a little bit and then decide what you want to do for the next one, which is still in flux for me. I think I'll try my best in the first couple of days, but Friday next week, Path of Exile, the new season, the Synthesis League is coming, and that will probably keep me from continuing the conquest cap as intensely as what I've been doing now. I'm not even sure if I want to have like a daily routine, perhaps stick with the daily battleground every day. That's like 40 points, not great, but it gets you somewhere, because of course you do need to catch up if at some point you want to get back on the latest rewards for the conquest cap every week. So we'll see how it works out. For now, it's been decently fun to fill it in the last couple of weeks, but it is starting to feel less rewarding, of course, because I don't get anything out of it anymore. I've got all the decent pieces that I want at 385 or 400 or anything in between, and so those rewards just aren't that great for me at the moment. Next to that, of course, I'm still doing the emissaries, mostly to keep up with the Heart of Azeroth. I think you want that at least a somewhat decent level in order to be ready for Season 3, where they're gonna completely revamp everything and put all the powers on your necklace itself. That sounds pretty interesting, and that is one reason why I want to stick basically to the current bracket of your upgrade. So what happens there is that every week the amount of Azerite that you need to get the next level is reduced, and so you can try to stay within the bracket that is comfortable for you. For me, I'm currently at item level 40, I think it is, or no, it's not item level, it is Azerite level 40, which is pretty good. I think it's pretty close to where you want to be ready, but it's my goal to try and keep up with that and to not slack on the Azerite power and the Conquest Cap. For the gear of Season 2, it doesn't matter that much, of course, because we get another big reset when the next big patch is gonna come out for the game. So yeah, the World of Warcraft, I think we'll try to pace ourselves a little bit more coming next week. And then finally, we also have Overwatch. I got back into a little bit of Overwatch. I was basically looking for something to do during the last week, the last 2 weeks, 10 days or so before the new league for Path of Exile. Man, I'm mentioning that in every segment at this point, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next league for Path of Exile. To be honest, I do plan to do my best there and to actually reach that end game. So far, all I've really done is finish the 10 acts, get into maps, and then stop there. But for this league, I do plan to go forward into the maps as well, try to get to a high level with the character and see if we can do some of those end game bosses and things like that. So it should be pretty interesting, but I was looking for something to do in between, and so I decided to do an update of Overwatch and take a look at number one, the rework of Torbjorn. I think it's lots of fun. It's actually not such a static hero anymore, because you don't have to hammer away at your turret to get it to rank 2 anymore. You can just deploy it and it's gonna do its thing, so that's lots of fun. His armor is very strong. If you're engaged, put that up, and it basically allows you to survive quite a little bit longer. And his ultimate is not that powerful, but you can basically zone enemies and zone targets with that. So yeah, he's a lot of fun. I also took a look at Ashe, a new hero that I haven't played before or hadn't played before, and very interesting concept. Not really too good for me, because you need to be able to aim well with her. She's basically like a semi-sniper who does more damage when she's actually aiming down the sights on a target, and yeah, basically my aim is terrible. I'd rather have a turret from Torbjorn do the aiming for me, but she's a pretty interesting hero, lacks a little bit in mobility, but once you get to know and use all her abilities at the right cooldowns, she is very fun to play, in my opinion. So pretty damn cool in the right situations to play with Ashe. And other than that, yeah, it's basically been my stopgap game for waiting for the Path of Exile League. I do still enjoy Overwatch. It doesn't have the best rep at the moment, because Blizzard cut all of its esports support, I think, for 2019 in a very unexpected way. But yeah, I'm definitely not an Overwatch pro. I'm even a super casual in that game, and for that crowd, I would say, yeah, quick play, absolutely perfect. I don't even have real waiting times there. I think usually in 15 seconds I tend to find the game, be able to play through that, have some fun for half an hour, and then decide whether I want to play some more or try to do something else. So yeah, Overwatch, I've been playing it a little bit, not every day, I would say every 2 days or so on average, but it's been a good amount of fun. And what I really like about it, of course, is that you get back into the game, all the new heroes are available to you, the new maps as well. There's no splitting of the player base, which also means that your queue times are pretty low on something like a quick play. And that was my week in games, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.